So basically, I'm about to talk about who colonized America and then who colonized Texas. Okay, so I can see my screen. So basically, I'm going to break down who colonized America. Okay. I'm just making sure it's actually changing so I can know. Because I can't really tell if it's sharing or not on my end. So basically, it says European nations came to America. See, that's where you get the Spaniards. And then by 1650, England also came out here too. They made it to Virginia, which is Jamestown, in 1607. So by 1770, it was British, Great British. So by 1770, it was Great British that colonized America too. And I can also show you proof on by my genealogy on how Great Britain was over here in America. That because they had colonized America. So, who colonized Texas? So, according to Google, it said Anglo America colonized in Mexico, Texas took place between 1821 to 1835. Um, Spaniard had first opened Texas Anglo America in 1821, less than 1 year before Mexico claimed its independence. And this is actually Texas Archive. You can actually look this website up. It's actually a government website. So basically, Anglo America colonized Mexico. Texas took place 1821 to 1835. So Anglo America were attached to the historic Texan because of the exploring land and development land in the United States. The recorded history of Texas began arriving of the Spaniard conquistadors, the Spaniards. And see, I can tell you physically when the Spaniards physically came out here. Spaniard Texas was between 1690 into 1821. Um, so basically, this is a map. Hmm. So this is basically showing you how the Spaniards came in here from right here. I don't know if you can see my clicker. From right here all the way. So they was just they are, you can tell how they came in. They just, from the looks on his map, you can tell they just walked straight across. Do they say La Florida? Oh, this is Virginia. It's La Virginia. La Virginia. This is La Florida. Oh, look. La Louisiana. Right here. This will be Louisiana. So, Virginia. All of this is Virginia. All of this is right here will be considered as Florida. So now you got Washington County, oh, look, you got Waco Village right here. Washington County, Galveston, in which Galveston would have been Houston, according to the records. Galveston, Columbus, Victoria. All these places are, you can tell that they at the bottom of the map. Look, okay, so 1796, 1740. So 1796, 1740, and then 1767, and then 1610. So these are all the county, the states, I mean, well, cities that got started. They go to Colorado River, Trinity River. Okay, so French is in blue. All of this is French in blue. And then the purple is a territory by French and French, by French to British, and then these right here is also, they was owned by French, now they owned by British, and then this right here is Great British, on all of this right here. So that will be New York, all of these states right here. And then Texas, portion of Texas is owned by Spain, a large amount right here. That's where you get French and Indian War from 1754 to 1763. So colonized a British Empire against the French. So now you have different Indians fighting, helping fight other help. Basically, you have different Indians helping the colonizer fight off other colonizer. So this is the French and Indian War. Okay, so I'm basically back. My phone was dying, so I went and just got my charger. So, anyways, I'm gonna tell you the tribes that work with the French on defeating the British colonization. Is this the Wampanoag? So I didn't know they worked with the French. Well, which one they was on? The Native American first. Native American. Let's see. Tribe of people. They allied tribes. Oh, so these. wonder if I can see myself because I got my camera on. Okay, so I can see myself right there, but I just can't see it right here. Okay. So basically, this is Washington, Texas. This is the first state, city. Basically, this is the first city that claimed its independence um, in 1836. So now we got that out the way. Who colonized Texas? So we already got that out the way. Who colonized America? We already got that out the way. So now we're gonna figure out how I fit in the storyline and how my people came from Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, even Louisiana, and I'm just gonna break down a little a little portion of my history. I'm not gonna give you all my history because it ain't none of your business to know. So I'm gonna break it all the way down just a little bit. So I was basically, you're gonna have to skip through all this extra stuff and stuff like that. I basically gave you, I showed you one of the oldest grandmother I had on my tree. And matter of fact, her son was prisoners of war. I showed his war docket and everything like that on YouTube. He was actually prisoners of war. I showed that document, and then I'm gonna show something else, and y'all just got to do your own history on your own people. I can just show you my history on my people. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this. This is my Davis side of my family. I'm not gonna go all the way into details on my Davis side of my family. So I'm just gonna give you my fifth great grandfather and my fourth great grandfather, and then my fourth great uncle. So I'm gonna go all the way into details on them right there. So give me a minute. Hold on right quick. Okay, so this is Jesse Davis, and he was born 1842 in Alabama, and he died 1910 in Texas. This is my fourth great grandfather. His daddy is John Davis. He was born 1795 in Tennessee. So this is my fourth great uncle, which he was born 1839 in Alabama, which is he will be John Davis Jr. He died in Freestone, Texas. So now I'm basically telling you, okay, so when my Davises, which John was born in Tennessee, and which he traveled to Alabama and had my grandfather, and then not only my grandfather but my uncle, and then they all end up basically end up in Texas. So 1856, they was in Texas. Cause see, my uncle brother was being born. Also, he was born in Texas. So basically, so this is a wheel in my fifth grade. Was it in my fifth grade? It's a wheel in my grandfather's name. So John, he got a couple of leaves. He got like five leaves. So this is my Davis side. So Moses Davis, he was born 1864 in Texas. He died in Freestone, Texas. You know what I noticed in my own family? Um, they was really naming a lot of children after a lot of people. Cause John, it was a bunch of Johns. John Davis on the Davis side. It's a lot of them. Hold on, right quick. Let me see. So basically, I'm gonna talk about my history. I can only tell you where my people came from. So a lot of people want to know where they came from, how they got out here, how they people ended up in America, if if they even came on a boat, or if they even was already here. I tell people to do your genealogy. The best way to know where your people came from is to go look them records up, to do your research on your people. You don't have to take nobody advice. You don't have to look. You don't listen to nobody. Go listen to your grandparents. Listen to what they say. Cause when I tell you, knowing your people is to know, basically, to know yourself. You have to know who your people were. Cause then you can be able to tell people, oh, my people was already here, or they've been here. You get what I'm saying? So do your research. Me, I can only tell you where my family were in the United States. So basically, this is my great grandmother, which she was born in Washington County, which that's in Texas. Um, she died in Harris County. This is my second great grandfather, which he was born in Fayette County, which he died in Washington, Texas, which is Brenham. Uh, Hold on. So this is my fourth great grandfather, which his name is Henderson Jackson. He was born 1815 um, in Louisiana, and then he died 1920 in Texas, which he married Lola Griffin. Okay, as you can see, this is 1940 U.S. Census. This is Marvin Jackson. He owned his house. This is right here, home and owner. If you rent or own. So basically, my grandfather owned his house and he was listed as, you can tell, all these people right here, white, white. He listed as a Negro. He was born in Texas. Clearly, yeah. Oh, so look. So this is my grandfather, Marvin Jackson. My great grandfather, well, my great grandmother, right here, my great grandmother, her mama, her daddy, and then her great grandfather. So I'm showing you my grandfather never rented no house. He owned everything he touched. So it says he owned this right here. He owned his house. It clearly says it right here. This person right here, they rented. All these people was renting. This person owned their house. So once again, when people get to talking about slaves, I really don't know where they. I can't tell you where they exist because this is Marvin Jackson and this is Highland's daddy. So that means he was working on his daddy farm. Well, I'm finna get off of here. Uh, that's enough exposing my own family. But I just know I know history and how most of my family came here, and most of them that been here in Texas, like my Pi family. Um, they're part of a tribe that was in Texas, which I don't have to go all the way into details into that. But it's just know that I know history and how most of my family ended up in Texas. Just know that I know that my family, most of them, all of them, did not come on no boat. Because now I know history because I studied my own genealogy. So basically, all you have to do is go do your genealogy. Don't believe nobody else. Your records will tell you where you came from, how you got out here, and how your family ended up in this. Basically, it will basically in your history, you will figure out you will kill that all Africa theory because then you will show, oh, my people didn't come on no boat from Africa if they was already here, or if they came here, then you will know that okay, then Spain came here during this time frame, and then you also have British that came here, so it wasn't Europe, it was it was Europe empire, but it was British, Spain, French, and all them other people that was coming over here that was a part of Europe. So if you're gonna just place Europe, you have to start saying all them other places that was a part of Europe during that time frame. Here's before I get off, I'm gonna show you one thing. So this is what you call American Colonization Society. They basically shipped free people of color from America to the British colonization. I mean, to British, to Liberia. This all of that out of Africa theory. Oh, that's dead. Because all you have to do is just look up American Colonization Society. It's in the Congress of Liberia. So before I get off of here, I'm gonna show y'all. This is Liberia is supposed to be somewhere around this area. So basically, American Colonization Society was founded in 1816, but it's beyond more records than that. So bear with me. Let me find some records on it. So the American Colonization Society, and there's actually a book of it. Oh, cool. So basically, they sent people of color that was here in America to the colonization. I mean, my bad. To colonize. I mean, they sent free American people from the United States to colonization. The people that was in Liberia at that time. Cause see, you can do your research on Liberia. It was actually people there doing American people by this when that time that American people came here. Well, there. So when they say they brought people here, no, they physically took people from here during the American Colonization Society, and they took people from here over there to over there. See, originally known as the American Colonization, I mean American Society for Colonization, the Free People of Color of the United States of America Colonization Society was founded in 1816. It was by a group of white ethnic, okay? So it was a group. Now, there was a group of people that physically wanted to send free colored people that was here to Liberia. So this was founded in 1816, okay? It was originally American Society. At first, the American Colonization Society was American Society. And that was for colonization, the free people of color of the United States. And then it went from that to being the American Colonization Society, in which that was founded in 1816. So you have Robert Finley, and we all know white does not mean one race. It's a group of people. That means white means superior over one race. So when you see a group of there's just no don't just picture just some white man doing this. You have to picture no skin color to it. Because if you just base so basically if you just base your opinion basically off of the white man part, then you will miss Robert Finley could have been a dark complexion. We're gonna do his genealogy too, if you want to. Let's see, has been founded. Oh, okay. So basically, it says that white. and black people could not peacefully coexist in society. Held this unbearable group together. So look, this is the sale of it. Colonization Society, American Colonization Society. It was created to settle and colonize in the West Africa. It was a mission in the early 1820s. So basically, they wasn't going to go pick nobody up from Africa. They was planning on getting a group of people to go to Africa. So, do you think that how many group of so basically, how many you think that went to Africa physically went during this movement? Because this is like they pushing a movement for a group of free people that was already here to go and settle into to Liberia. I'm gonna have to look up James. Man, he went over there and became the president. Man, that man went over there. He he was from the United States. I don't even know. He probably could have been a foreigner himself. He could have came over here and then and got his people could have came out here in the early 1700s and just got comfortable and he just blended in. And then he now all of a sudden now he in Liberia and he the president. Oh, he was. See, I was right. He was born in Virginia. Oh, he fought in American Revolution. wonder why he went to Nigeria. Was he the president here, or was he over there? I'm gonna have to finish though. I'm gonna have to do my research on him. Oh, he was the mayor of Virginia. Or was he? Oh, look, Solomon. Paul Coffey. Look, Paul Coffey was sending people out here too. African American, Native American ancestor sold freed American slaves in to Africa. In Africa. I'm about to read this book. The father of Paul Coffey was a native of Africa. Okay, in which he was brought as a slave. So Paul Coffey daddy was from Africa and he was brought as a slave. Hold on right quick. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the Library of Congress. So this once again, I'm really gonna get off here in a minute. But I'm just showing you where you can go and actually look up American Colonization Society. It's actually in the Library of Congress. You can go do your research. Um, so now you don't have to even look up Google. You just look up the Library of Congress. So when people get to talking about that African stuff, now you can actually show people like, no, it didn't happen how people think it happened. This is the records to show that nobody came from Africa. Oh, so basically, this is the title of the book. Let me see if I can get it in PDF. So, so this is that image I saw on Google. Colonization Society. And this is a letter, notes. This is James' notes, okay? These are all his notes that he took down. The trade, the paper money, and all that stuff. You can just basically just go and do your research. So I'm telling you, American Colonization Society, or basically kills the Africa theory. It throws that right out of the rip. People want to say, "Oh, they came from Africa," but according to this right here, they were sending people, and they've been having this in the making for years. So I'm finna get off. I think I've been on here too long anyway. So